Alberta Blue Cross is dedicated to supporting the health and wellness of Albertans through all of life's meaningful moments. Today we're joined by Narissa and Marlon to talk about the annual Faces of Wellness program. Thank you both so much for being here this morning.
Thank you.
So let's start, Narissa, with you. Talk about this Faces of Wellness program. What is the history of it?
Yeah, so Faces of Wellness has been around for 6 years, and it's a really unique contest. It celebrates Albertans all across the province who are true champions of wellness, and that can really mean a variety of things. So it could be, standing up for mental health, advocating for disease research, champion community wellness, making the best out of a chronic disease. So we see so many different types of applications, but we really want to support health and wellness in Albertans and create a platform that we can celebrate these incredible stories that they're making a courageous effort to their health and wellness journey.
So that's why Blue Cross wanted to take this on, is just to promote this wellness in all of those aspects.
Exactly, and it's really everyday individuals, and it could be an easy step of making a small healthy habit. And we just really want to showcase to our community that it's never too late, that you can help your journey on health and wellness, but also your community as well. There's so many different ways that our Faces of Wellness are making such a difference in the community, and we really want to highlight how incredible Albertans are in the health and wellness space.
Well, and speaking of one of those incredible Albertans, Marlon, you are a recipient of the Faces of Wellness program. So talk to me about first of all, how it feels to be recognized for that, or when it was announced, and then kind of what it means to you. Yeah,
no, it's definitely an honor. When I got the notice, I feel like I definitely wasn't feeling like I was a face of wellness. I was learning how to deal with prediabetes as well as an ADHD diagnosis. So getting that call and just getting that news that I was a face of wellness was definitely inspiring and also validating in a way. I think for me, a face of wellness is not only someone who strives to be better within themselves and takes smaller steps day by day, but also try to lift others to do the same. So that's definitely something I try to do in my community and with people I work with, as well as with my friends. Just inspiring others to do the same.
Can you talk about your wellness journey, I guess is what we'll call it?
Yeah, for sure. So this whole started around 2023 when I was diagnosed with prediabetes. I'm from a small town in Mexico, so a lot of my family have history with chronic disease such as diabetes. After getting that diagnosis, it really put me in a world of doubt and fear. So I started looking into resources, and I realized how much struggle there is with people living with type 1 diabetes as well as type 2. Upon this, I managed to find the Let's Talk T1D, so the club was already there. After I joined, and shortly after, I managed to get a leadership position within the club. So now we host events to raise awareness and funds for type 1 diabetes research.
Wow.
Yes.
And how did that club, you say that it was there, you learned about it, so how did it come to be?
Yeah, so I actually volunteered with one of the co-presidents, and it was just during a small conversation we were having. She mentioned that she was living with type 1 diabetes and she was part of the club. And I definitely gained interest right away, just because I had recently been diagnosed with prediabetes. So after that, I joined the club that same year, and then the next year I was able to get the co-president position.
Wow.
Yes, so I'm very happy with it.
Can you talk a little bit about, you mentioned how it was kind of scary when you first heard that diagnosis. I'm sure that is the case for a lot of people. What would your message be to people that perhaps are getting that diagnosis? Yeah,
I think a lot of people get that diagnosis, and definitely a lot of things come to your mind. Whether it's the cost, whether it is how it'll affect you in the future or your family as well. I think the biggest thing is, for me, what helped was looking into resources and getting involved in the community. That's something that really motivated me to keep that diagnosis not only the front of my mind, but also kind of take a stab at it and feel in control. For people living with chronic diagnosis, I would encourage them to do the same, get involved in any way they can. Doesn't have to be anything big. Even signing up for a newsletter and sharing resources with the people they know. Also, be patient with yourself. A lot of chronic diseases are very hard to manage. There will be ups and downs, but just having patience with yourself and taking it one day at a time is very helpful.
Such great advice. So, Narissa, for anyone that's watching and is wondering, I wonder if I'm a face of wellness. What is some of the criteria if people want to apply?
Yeah, so again, we have an easy application process. You have to be 18 years or older. You can self-nominate yourself, or if you have someone in your community or network that you're like, they're a face of wellness, you can nominate them as well.
Okay.
You have till October 30th, so there still is some time. And then we have 11 winners. So the grand prize is a weekend trip to the Rockies, all expenses paid, which is awesome. And then we have 10 finalists that will win $550 in a gift card. So great prizes. We have so much time still to apply. And again, like Marlon's story is so inspiring. I know it's inspiring to our community and just to hear from him. So being able to showcase your story or your community, someone in your community story is so inspiring. So if you know someone, I would highly suggest having you nominate if you can.
Wonderful. Thank you both so much for coming on the show to chat about this. For more about what we discussed today, you can visit Alberta Blue Cross online at ab.bluecross.ca or follow them on their social media channels.